Hello everybody, Frankie with Texas Tigress Designs. Look at all these lovely beads. I got some necklaces this weekend. Sorry about that. And they're just so pretty. There's some of them that have beads on them that I really would like to use. Like, love that one. That's a stone cross. So, and see, there's a pink cross. So, we're going to, and I say we because you're here with me now watching. I'm going to show you what I do when I deconstruct necklaces. So, right now, simply for this video, I'm deconstructing in here so you can see what I'm doing. There's something satisfying about this too. I can't quite tell you. But it's as simple as that. And we end up, okay, let me find it. There it is. We end up with the pieces of it, the wire, and I just put those over in there, and I look down in here, pull out any extra wire, and these pieces were, there we are, the end pieces, I actually will leave them in here for right now so I don't lose them. When these were made by someone, I'm going to give you a little tutorial right now about making beads. Making necklaces. When you're doing this, one of the hardest things about putting necklaces together is when you're actually putting the ends on. Up here. You have these little, see if I can get it to focus. Come on. Focus. Focus. Okay, you have these little ends right here. They're flat. They're called crimpers. And see this extra wire? There's way too much wire left on here. You don't need to leave that. You can actually snip that off because the crimpers will hold it in. Hello, how are y'all doing?
Good. How about you?
Doing good, thank you. Just making a YouTube video.
We want to be featured.
Well, come on over. Okay, just talking to some of my customers, guys. I am at my workshop at the flea market. All right. There's a whole beads worth. See, I can fit another bead in there because it's too loose. Well, what that does, if you do not pull it tight like this, see how tight it is now? You want a little bit loose, but you have to pull it tight to put those on, because if you don't, let me show you what happens. It ends up looking like that. Let me get my fingers out of the way. You see, it's not finished. You've got wires sticking out over here. It's just, it doesn't look good. And you have too much play. Let me see if I can come from the back side. See, there's too much room for these to move. You want them to move so they're flexible, but you don't want gaps in your beads, okay? So, kind of being the perfectionist I am about making jewelry, making my art jewelry, that's got to go. That's why I started taking these apart. And then, and again, left with all of the ends and the wires. And I save these. I reuse these. There is nothing wrong with them. Now, if you take them apart, you can wash your jewelry before you do it, no, I didn't wash these, but I will. But you can wash them. Even after washing them, when you deconstruct something and you get to that wire or filament that's underneath, whoo, you would think you had never washed that thing, because sometimes, well, let me just put it this way. All of that neck grime that gets around your neck, and you're sweaty, and don't say you don't got it. If you don't got it, you're lucky. You probably just don't know you got it, because I think everybody gets it. It's dead skin coming off during the day. You're wearing this all day long. If you're outside, especially like in Texas, you know, when it's 100 degrees outside, you just go outside and it's humid, man, you're sweating. So, the grime just gets on there and it goes in to your necklaces. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, when you're cleaning, just because you think your beads and necklaces are clean, they're not. A lot of times I've taken stuff apart that I've taken and soaked, and it looks great. It's beautiful. Then I take it apart and discover ick. And it's not my ick. It's other people's ick. And it's really gross. So, yeah, these are reusable, but Mandy, you gotta wash them and sanitize them. And that's why I don't worry about washing my beads and stuff, because as you are taking them apart, let me find one that will work as a good example. Okay. That was a little bit too big. Yeah, you can see this one. If I can find the camera, there it is. If I've washed it, the outside looks fine and pretty, but it's down in that hole that the muck and guck and grub and all of the yucky stuff is. So I just stopped washing them, because once I've got them deconstructed, I will just wash the whole thing. That way all of the insides can soak, and I can swish them around and they can all come out and come clean, because I'm not selling dirty jewelry. That's how simple it is, boys and girls. Now see, let me show you. You saw me cut that one off. Do you see this long wire? This is how much extra wire there was on that necklace. It's not needed. It was just tucked in. It's not doing anything. That's a waste of wire. It's definitely a waste of wire. I can use this for earrings or something, make some dangles or something, but this can be reused. But that's how much extra wire they had in that necklace that they weren't using. It's kind of ridiculous. And I forgot to look before to see if there was any more. There's some more wire. I see that's just a little tiny piece. Can't really do much with that one. I'll just put that with the other pieces, and that goes into my art scrap stuff. So when I'm making some 3D art pieces, I'll have that to pull from. So I might need some wire. But look, these like that. I want to use that in something else. And I want to use that in something I'm making. And I know anybody who knows Disney knows who that is. So, but I have beautiful crosses. See, this is stone. Pretty. Okay, I'm going to continue. I only have a few more. Do this side. Oh, I want to point out something I just saw just now. It has a loop. I don't know why it has a loop, but it has a loop. There's a loop there, and there's a loop there, and it's probably so that way the wire's not hanging down inside. But again, it's not necessary. Your hair's going to get tangled up in that. Your clothing's going to catch on that. It's not necessary, people. You don't have to do that. All right. This one's Christmas. Look how cool those two are. And see, I'm going to take these home and I'll wash them. And there'll be somebody who wants to buy some of these big ones that I won't use. I don't make the very big, bulky jewelry. It was a phase, a trend. I don't know if it's still a trend, but these to me are big. Those to me, that I'll use. I might use that one. But these great big giant pearl things, I won't use those unless it's to spotlight. But I won't use a bunch of them like this. I'll use them as specific accent pieces, I guess you would say. They'll be non-accent. They'll be the main focus instead of as accents. Whee! Isn't that fun? Okay, now I'm going to talk to you about this one. This is a store-bought one. Probably came from Walmart or Claire's or something like that. Normally, well, I can't say normally. A lot of times I won't take these apart. I'll just try and sell these like they are, you know, $3 or so. But I really like the color of the pink. And I like these beads here. These pink and white. Those are really cool. And I've always, you know, I call these raspberries. I like these kind of bling. And I like, well, I pretty much like all these beads. And I definitely can reuse that. So this is going to get deconstructed, and those will all go into my jewelry that I make. Alright. So I'm going to show you what we've ended up with here. This is how much stuff, wire, ends, there's a pendant there that I would have to cut off and take apart. But that's how much stuff. And I know that there are some people, when they deconstruct jewelry to make new jewelry, they throw away their wire and they don't reuse it. And to me, it's just a waste. There's no sense in it. Why throw away something that you can still use? Oh, look. There's another piece of wire. Look, can you see how long that is? Yeah, that is that much extra that didn't need to be in there. That's why I'm going through these right now. Here's another one. All of this was wire that they wasted making these. Now, I say wasted because it's not shown, it's not part of the jewelry. It's not going to be wasted because I'm going to reuse it. I want to take this so you can see. Shows you how deep. It's up to my second knuckle. That's how much beads. Isn't that lovely? And it's loud. But there's just something about that sound that just sounds so good to me. Now, I was telling you that you have to clean them after you do this. And I want to show you one other thing before I get to the cleaning. Okay. Some of these beads, I won't use that one. That one's a rock. But like this one, it's sparkled. It's honestly cheap. It's just plastic. It's not really that big a deal. It's not, I mean, it's just sort of there. There's nothing wow about it. These I honestly don't like working with, but I'm picky. Here's another plastic one. Very pretty color. This one I'd probably work with. This one has a luster to it. So, you know, if I need a lightweight bead and plastic's okay, then I'd probably do that one. But I want to show you these. I'm going to leave this as a Christmas necklace and sell it as a Christmas necklace for a few dollars. I'm not taking it apart. I'm going to get real close up here. No, not too close so that you can't see. But can you see they're made out of plastic and they're see-through? And I mean, it's really cool looking. It is. But I mean, they're just, if these were glass, oh my gosh, I would be in love with these. But they're a cheap plastic knockoff of glass. And yeah, they're great for a kid's necklace in my opinion. Alright, now what I was going to tell you about dirty, I don't know if the camera's, yeah, you can see it a little bit. My fingers are just filthy. I feel like there's grime and gunk on them. And I definitely need to go. Oh yeah, you can see it right here on the tips of my fingers especially. I'm going to go wash my hands after this, and this is going to get put into a baggie and taken home and washed. Soaked and then washed and then disinfected. And I'll pick through what I want, and then I'll bring back tomorrow the things that I don't want, and I'll put those out for sale. But the dirt, other people's skin cells or whatever, it's just gross. Don't, when you're doing this, don't put your hands around your face. Don't touch your face. It's gross. Don't do it. So, that's it for the video today. We're at almost 20 minutes. So, this has been to the deconstruction of necklaces and getting back down to the beads. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, hit that like button. If you're not subscribed to follow me, I do things on a whim a lot of times. This was a whim. I had the necklaces, had thought about putting them out, didn't. Decided I want some of the beads off of them, so I took them apart. It was a whim. I made a video. If you liked it, make sure you follow me, because I'm going to be doing other things. Alright? So, I hope y'all have a blessed day, and remember, if nobody loves you, God does. Peace out.